4, count them, 4 easy ways to edit your videos faster. Coming right up. Welcome. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Mark Allen Olson and I just started shooting these videos about a month ago. Tip number 1, you have to plan your videos in advance. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. You can see I have note cards and I have notebooks and I have napkins. Sometimes I just have an idea. I just scribble it down on a piece of paper and that's going to be the idea. But the whole point of having the plan is when it comes to edit, you know what order it is in. Hopefully that makes sense. So when you edit, when you're shooting it, you shoot it from beginning to end. So when you're editing, you're not moving clips around, you're just kind of adding them to the next portion. Taking the first part of the shoot, and then you're just adding it to the second part, adding it to the third part, adding it to the fourth part, adding it to the fifth part. You're not swapping clips around, which takes a long time and it gets really confusing on where you are as far as the original. Tip number 2 is the last take is generally the best. The last take is generally the best. What I mean by that is, when you're shooting your videos, you know if you have a good take or a bad take, correct? Yeah, this isn't your first rodeo. So if you know it's going to be the last take, when you're editing your sequences, you can just go from that scene to the end of to the start of the next scene and then just scroll back to that last take. You don't have to watch the 500 mistakes or however many you made beforehand. Just go to the next shot and then just scroll back because your last take is always the best. That way you're not hunting around for that best take. You already know that your last take is probably the best. Now, if you kind of know somewhere that it's not the last take, but you know it was 2 takes before, then it still works. You just go to the next shot sequence and then go back and whatever you made notes on, and it's the second to the last one or the third to the last one or however you make notes. But then you're not hunting around when you're editing looking for that perfect clip. Tip number 3. Tip number 3 took me a long time to figure out, but it's actually pretty simple. It's pausing longer between takes. When I first started, if I screwed up, I would just start the next one, and then I would start the next one, and then I would start the next one, and then I would start the next one. Maybe that's you, maybe that's not. What I've learned to figure out is if I make a mistake, pause in between. That way, if you do make a mistake, there's a second or two between shots that you can figure out where to edit from. If you're just cutting them back to back to back to back to back, you end up trying to slice in between sentences and it just looks really goofy. I'll give you for instance. This is a really bad take. 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 As opposed to, this is a really bad take. This is a really bad take. This is a really bad take. Did you notice the pauses in between? So that way, if I go back to edit, there's a quiet spot that I can cut to right in between there and just snip them out between the next ones. Hopefully that makes sense. And finally, tip number 4. Okay, tip number 4 is only try to work on one new edit feature per video. The first couple of videos, I just tried to do absolutely everything I could, try to make it a motion picture video, from the go. It's not going to happen. What I've learned is you have to just take one little thing every time. If you look at this video, my 12-second montage at the beginning, the music is there. I know what I'm going to do there, but the video sequencing is not there. It's blank or it's probably got some crappy shots from before. That's fine because that's not what I'm working on in this video. This video, I'm trying to work a lot better on graphics. Well, actually, I'm working on 2 things. Graphics and the ending sequence, which I had trouble with the last video also. So hopefully I'm getting a little bit better at it. Don't try to do too much with one video. Just take it a little bit at a time. Get this video just a little bit better than the last one, and strung along, the videos will become a lot better and better. If you look through start at my videos 1 here through where I am now, even in 6 videos, I've gotten a lot better, just taking a little chunk each and every time. Hopefully you found these 4 tips very, very helpful and it will speed up your editing process. If you do find these tips helpful or you want me to cover anything else in these video series, please leave the comments below.